Hi, today is Thursday, March 5th. We're going to be reading Numbers 11 to 13.
All right. You ready, Matthew?
I have my Bible.
Do you have it?
Mommy.
Oh, you have a fist bump. Catherine wants to fist bump too.
Would you like me to show you? Yes.
Gabriel, are you ready? All right. You ready?
I don't have my Bible.
Yep, you don't have your Bible because you're coloring. Well, it's sitting right
I
here.
gotta mark these out.
That's bad.
Fistball.
Numbers.
Is this our mommy?
No, he did not.
Hey.
All right.
She's even shaking.
Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you.
He doesn't want a fist bump. He wants a hug.
No, give Gabriel a hug.
Give Gabriel a hug. He loves hugs. Like Olaf.
Give Gabriel a hug.
Give Olaf a hug. Give Olaf a hug. Yeah.
Are y'all ready?
Let's go, guys. All right. Complaints in the desert. Now when the people complained openly before the Lord heard and his anger burned. Then the fire of the Lord burned among them and consumed the outskirts of the camp. And the people cried out to Moses, and Moses prayed to the Lord. And the fire was quenched. He called out the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burned among them. The mixed multitude that was among them lusted, and the children of Israel wept again and said, "Who will give us meat to eat? We remember the fish which we ate in Egypt for free, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlic. But now our life is dried up. There is nothing at all except this manna before our eyes." The manna was as coriander seed, and it looked like bdellium. The people went about and gathered it and ground it in mills, or beat it in a mortar and boiled it in pots and made cakes of it, and the taste of it was like the taste of cakes baked in oil. When the dew fell on the camp at night, the manna fell on it. Then Moses heard the people weep throughout their families, every man in the opening of his tent, and the anger of the Lord burned greatly. Moses was displeased. Moses said to the Lord, "Why have you hurt your servants, and why have I not found favor in your eyes, that you lay the burden of all this people on me? Have I conceived all this people? Have I given them birth, that you should say to me, carry them in your bosom, as a nurse bears a nursing child, to the land which you swore to their fathers? Where am I to get meat to give all these people? For they weep to me, saying, give us meat, that we may eat. I am not able to bear all these people alone, because the burden is too heavy for me. If you do this to me, please kill me at once. If I found favor in your eyes, and do not let me see my misery."
The 7 elders. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Gather to me 70 men of the elders of Israel, whom you know to be the elders of the people and officers over them, and bring them to the tent of meeting, that they may take a stand there with you. And I will come down, and I will speak with you there. And I will take of the Spirit which is on you, and put it on them. And they will bear the burden of the people with you. And you will not bear it by yourself. And say to the people, consecrate yourselves for tomorrow, and you shall eat meat. For you have wept in the hearing of the Lord, saying, who will give us meat to eat? For it was better for us in Egypt. Therefore the Lord will give you meat, and you shall eat. And you shall you shall eat, not 1 day, or 2 days, or 5 days, or 10 days, or 20 days, but a whole month, until it comes out at your nostrils. And it will be nauseating to you because you rejected the Lord who is among you and have wept before him, saying, why did we come out of Egypt? And Moses said, the people I am with number 600,000 foot soldiers. And you have said, I will give them meat that they may eat a whole month. Will the flocks and the herds be slaughtered for them to satisfy them? Or will all the fish of the sea be gathered together for them to satisfy them? And the Lord said to Moses, is the hand of the Lord shortened? Now you will see if my word will happen to you or not. Moses went out, and he spoke to the people the words of the Lord, and gathered the 70 men of the elders of the people, and set them around the tabernacle. And the Lord came down in a cloud, and spoke to them, and took of the Spirit that is on him, and gave it to the 70 elders. And when the Spirit rested on them, they prophesied, but did not do it again. But 2 men remained in the camp. The name of one was Eldad, and the name of the other Medad, and the Spirit rested on them. They were among those listed, but they had not gone out of the tent, and so they prophesied in the camp. And a young man ran and told Moses and said, Eldad and Medad prophesy in the camp. Then Joshua the son of Nun, the assistant of Moses, from his youth, answered and said, my Lord, Moses, forbid them. Moses said to him, are you jealous for my sake? Oh, that all the people of the Lord were prophets, and that the Lord would put his Spirit upon them. And Moses returned to the camp, he and the elders of Israel. The Lord sends quail. Now a wind from the Lord started up, and it swept quail from the sea, and let them fall beside the camp, about a day's journey on this side, and a day's journey on the other side around the camp, and about 2 cubits above the ground. And the people stayed up all that day, all night, and all the next day, and gathered the quail. Those who gathered least gathered 10 homers, and they spread them out for themselves all around the camp. While the meat was between their teeth, before it was chewed, the anger of the Lord burned against the people. And the Lord struck the people with a very great slaughter. And he called the name of that place Kibroth Hattava, because there they buried the people who had the craving. The people journeyed from Kibroth Hattava to Hazeroth, and they camped at Hazeroth.
Miriam and Aaron opposed Moses. And Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses because of the Cushite woman whom he married, for he had married a Cushite woman. They said, has the Lord spoken only by Moses? Has he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very humble, more than all the men on the face of the earth. And the Lord spoke at once to Moses and to Aaron and to Miriam, come out, you 3, to the tent of meeting. And those 3 came out. The Lord came down in a pillar of cloud and stood in the opening of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forward. He said, hear now my word. If there is a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known to him in a vision, and I will speak to him in a dream. Not so with my servant Moses. He is entrusted with all my house. Face to face I speak with him clearly, and not in riddles, and all the likeness of the Lord will he behold. Then why were you not afraid to speak against my servant, against Moses? And the anger of the Lord burned against them, and he set out. When the cloud went away from over the tabernacle, Miriam became leprous as snow. And Aaron turned toward Miriam and saw that she was leprous. Aaron said to Moses, alas, my Lord, do not lay the sin on us, which we have done foolishly, and which we have sinned. Do not let her be as dead, who when he goes out of his mother's womb, half his flesh is eaten. And Moses cried out to the Lord, saying, O God, heal her, I pray. But the Lord said to Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, Would she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out of the camp 7 days, and afterward she may be received again. Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people did not set out against Miriam, was brought in again.
Until
There was a hand in the way.
Yes.
Until Miriam was brought in again. Afterward, the people set out from Hazeroth and camped in the wilderness of Paran, spying in Canaan. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Send men that they may explore the land of Canaan, which I am giving to the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers you will send a man, each one a chief among them. And Moses sent from them from the wilderness of Paran, according to the Lord. All those men were heads of the children of Israel. These were their names. Of the tribe of Reuben, Shemua the son of Sakur. Of the tribe of Simeon, Shaphath the son of Hori. Of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh. Of the tribe of Issachar, Igal the son of Joseph. Of the tribe of Ephraim, Hoshea the son of Nun. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Balti the son of Raphu. Of the tribe of Zebulun, Gadiel the son of Sodi. Of the tribe of Joseph, namely of the tribe of Manasseh, Gadi the son of Sushi. Of the tribe of Dan, Amiel the son of Gamali. Of the tribe of Asher, Sether the son of Michael. Of the tribe of Naphtali, Nabi the son of Vophsi. Of the tribe of Gad, Gilul the son of Maki. These are the names of the men whom Moses sent to explore the land. And Moses called Hoshea the son of Nun, Joshua. Moses sent them to explore the land of Canaan and said to them, Go up to this south land and go up into the mountain and see what the land is and the people that dwell in it, whether they were strong or weak, few or many, and to what the land is that they dwell in, whether it's a good or bad, and what cities are there that they dwell in, whether in tents or in fortifications, and what the land is, whether it is fat or lean, whether there is wood in it or not. And you be courageous and bring some of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes. So they went up and explored the land from the wilderness of Zin to Rehob near Laban Hamath. They went by the Negev and came to Hebron, where Ahiman, Sheshi, and Talmi, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came to the valley of Eshcol and cut down from there a branch with one cluster of grapes. And they carried it on a pole between two of them. And they brought some of the pomegranates and of the figs. The place was called the valley of Eshcol because of the cluster of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from there. And they returned from exploring the land after 40 days. The spies report. And they returned and came to Moses and to Aaron and to all the assembly of the children of Israel to the wilderness of Paran, to Kadesh, and brought back word to them and to the entire assembly, and showed them the fruit of the land. They reported to them and said, We came to the land where you sent us, and surely it flows with milk and honey, and this is the fruit of it. However, the people are strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are fortified and very great. And also we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwelt in the land of Negev, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea, by the edge of the Jordan. Caleb silenced the people before Moses and said, Let us go up at once and possess it, for we are able to overcome it. But the men that went up with him said, We are not able to go up against the people, because they are stronger than we. They gave the children of Israel a bad report of the land which they had spied out, saying, The land, though which we have gone as spies in the land, is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are men of great stature. And there we saw the giants, the son of Anak, which came from the giants, and in our eyes we are like grasshoppers, and so we are in their eyes. And that is Numbers 11 through 13.
Bye. Have a great day. And subscribe.